Hello, I am Claire Juliet and I'm a shamanic healer and teacher. This is a little video about the West, which is a shamanic training. And for those that are intrigued, interested, wanting to learn a little bit more about the 4 directions, these corner of consciousness. So the shamanism I work with will use 7 shamanic directions, but there's 4 corners of consciousness. So you have the south, the west, the north, the east, and these correlate to different archetypal animals in human consciousness. So collective consciousness wise, we have the same 4 foundational parts to being human, and then the rest of the personality is on top of that. That's why it will resonate with absolutely anyone, because if we are having a human experience, we have these 4 corners of consciousness to our psyche. And this is Jungian psychology, if anyone is interested in that. So that's the reason why it will resonate with absolutely anyone, because we all have the same foundational pieces. And then the personality and the life experience is on top of that. So the 7 shamanic directions are these 4 collective corners of consciousness, and then duality, mother, father, yin, yang, positive, negative. You might want to call it light and dark. But there's this sense of the human experience learning from duality, the mother and the father, and learning from the masculine and the feminine, Inti Tai Tai, Father Sky, Pachamama, Mother Earth. So we work with those 4, these 2 dualities. So this is our teacher. How do we experience these 4 corners of consciousness in this duality experience? And the 7th one is the heart, the self, the essence of what it means to be you. So really this journey is a journey back to belonging, a journey of self-discovery. And many people will embark on this training to find themselves. Who am I? What am I here to do in this life? What am I here to feel? What am I here to learn? What am I here to experience? And by doing the training, it's almost like a self-discovery journey using others to see yourself, if that makes sense. So it's also a shamanic healer training, because to learn about yourself, you will be mirrored and reflected in others, in the personal relationships that you have. If you want to take clients, you will have mirrors in your clients and the people that come to see you for healing. And you will also be reflected in groups. So it is the understanding of self-discovery can deepen through the use of tribe, a group of people being in their hearts, and through reflection in other people and your relationships. So it's also a relational based self-discovery, because it's of my understanding that you can do self-development on your own with your own consciousness, but that can only get you so far. Really learning how to love and how to have a depth of experience in its fullness, it has to have another, it has to have a counter. It needs this duality, it needs the reflection, it needs the experience. So that's why it's also a healing training, and you will be learning to hold space for other people and how to help others on their self-discovery journey, at the same time discovering more about who you are, if that makes sense. So it's not that you need to be totally healed to be the healer. It is a part of your healing journey to hold space for others, because you will learn and deepen from them as you go. So it's a healing practitioner journey. The West specifically is the healing that you will learn is past life healing. So how to use the threads from past life to help you in this one. So it's not necessarily just random information about who you were, what age you were, where you came from. It will be applicable to your self-discovery now. So it's past life journeys, often with power dynamics, what is stopping you and holding you back in this life because you're carrying weight from other lives into this one. So it's blocking you. That's how I do past life work. So you would learn a past life healing, but it's bringing in the information from the unconscious to serve you in this life, to learn more about who you are and how to help you, how to help others, how to help your clients. So the healing is past life healing. You will also learn extraction work, which is how to somatically recode stuck energy in the body. Sometimes the body can hold trauma, it can hold blocks, it can hold, it's like sacred geometry shapes are stuck in one way, and there's the ability to like re-imprint them so that your body can relax and open. So we do extraction work. The 4-day training will also have a lot of practical exercises. So we'll do partner work, you'll do work in little groups and in the larger group, as well as learn the shamanic healing. And the work in the West is based a lot around shadow work. So parts of you that you have suppressed or kept hidden, or you feel shame around, or it's like, you know, how you present yourself to the world is how you want to be seen, and the parts that you judge as not okay, or you were told when you were younger, this part is not loved, this part is not accepted. You only get love, conditional, transactional love, when you please mum, dad, teacher, whoever. When you're doing good or the right thing, you will get love and approval. And when you're being these other parts, they are told that's not okay. So it's almost like reconditioning. Where has there been transactional love? Where have some parts of you hidden themselves because they've been conditioned to believe they're not lovable, they're not acceptable, they're not okay, or they're too much, whatever it is. So this is about unlocking life force in those trapped parts of the human psyche that have been told that they're bad and they're wrong and they're not okay, and bringing that into balance and integrating shadow ranges so that you are a whole human being, rather than you've denied some parts of yourself because of experiences where learning to love was these parts need to go away. And it's of my belief that really learning how to love is learning how to be true, learning how to be real, learning how to be authentic, and loving all the parts of who we are, what it means to be human. Because for me, really, the only evil is fear. And usually these parts will act out unconsciously if they're afraid or if they're in pain. And this is about allowing those parts to have a voice, integrating them so that there isn't any bound pain, there isn't any bound fear, and that the human is then safe and held, and these parts aren't acting out, reacting in ways that are not effective to your relationships, that they are integrated, they know that they're loved, and you are set free. You will have more energy, more life force. What else do I want to say about the West? Yeah. It's an empowerment direction. Meeting your fears, meeting the things that are holding you back, moving through the things that are holding you back from past life, alchemizing any bound energy from shadow ranges that have been suppressed. So it really is a liberation and an empowerment direction. It's very much an empowerment journey. The totem in this direction is a jaguar. So you will be working with your own Jaguar so that you have a way to learn from this corner of consciousness. Because metaphysics is very difficult when we're sort of, okay, I've got to learn from this energy of the West. So in my work, it's given an animal, your journey in your mind's eye to find this animal so that you have a way of relating to this energetic corner of consciousness, because it's there in the field of all humanity. But how do you speak and relate to energy? It's much easier if you've given it an animal. You can build a relationship with this animal, and then you are having a transactional experience in learning from that part of yourself by speaking to it as if it was an animal. So it's a beautiful way to learn from your own psyche, but to do it consciously, so that you have a meeting point. You can ask questions, you can do this consciously, you can call on Jaguar for help. It is not just a 4-day experience where you'll learn a healing, you'll get a certificate, so you will be able to have therapists insurance and get clients straight away, but you will be working with this corner of consciousness and learning from yourself for the rest of your life. You know, once you've done the 4 days, you're then synced in with this energy, but you'll continue to work with Jaguar for then the next months. Might be 6 months, somebody might be in the West for a year, however long it takes for you to learn from this corner of consciousness. When you've finished and got everything that you need from Jaguar, you would then be in another direction, and you'll be forever in one of the 4 shamanic directions in your life. It just depends where you are. So everyone in the West will be on the West. You can study the other corners of consciousness as and when it feels aligned with you. It doesn't have to be in any specific order. Just trust yourself that whatever aligns that's the direction for you at that time. Nice. I think that's everything I want to say about the West. It's a very liberating direction. You will have a mesa, which is a sacred tool for you to be able to connect with the divine, connect with yourself. It's like an energetic extension of yourself, a bit like using the Jaguar in the West. You have a mesa, which is a cloth that you fold in a very specific way. You keep your they're called kuyas, sacred carriers, and you have 4 sacred carriers in the West. You keep them inside this mesa, and this is the energetic extension of yourself, so that you can have it, speak to it. It's like having a relationship to the 7th direction, which is the self, your heart, your essence, that part of you that's divinely connected to source the entire time. That is your relationship to that, which is another really beautiful thing to connect to, and to have that to work with ongoing. Logistically, we do 10 till 6 every day, and it will be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 4 days of being immersed in a beautiful group of beautiful beings. We do lots of embodiment practices, so you'll be dropped into safety, dropped into your heart space, regulated in the present moment. And the training is just as much about you learning to hold space for others, and also learning how to regulate yourself, how to be with your own emotions, how to heighten your awareness, how to connect to metaphysical energy. It's like a beautiful retreat 4 days. It's not just coming and learning something in the head. You will be doing lots and lots of practical, embodied experience during the 4 days, rather than lots of heady learning or reading from a sheet. I like to take the 4 days to have it like a retreat experience. If you want to learn learn more of the kind of learny stuff and have the workbook, then you can take the online course. It's not like sitting through an online course in person. I preferred, if people are there, it's a retreat experience, and the things that you need to learn, you can do that online. Self-educate. So it's not a really teachy thing. It's more of an experiential, like transformational experience for you. If you come to the live in-person days, you will have a transformational experience for yourself. And that is then what you bring to your clients. Lovely. If you have any other questions, please do reach out to me. And yeah, I look forward to hearing you. The email is shamanicdirections@gmail.com. And I look forward to hearing from you. Ruby Chai.